coming up to talk to them.
Cheeseburger on roll.
Hi, Amanda. Hi, Sarah.
You guys come up here.
And Amanda and Sarah, if you could just talk loudly.
So, yeah, we want to have a video about explaining primary and secondary sources, which is anything from an email to a TV thing, a movie you might watch, or
Alright,
even a
and now
show.
let's get a check of the
And
weather.
so we want to look at other people's perspectives on things that happen in life, things that are then history. Because what you're experiencing now will eventually be history later on. And so we want to look at different perspectives. For instance, your teacher probably has a different perspective on the classroom that you do and coming to school than you do. So I want Amanda to explain one of the things we want to do.
Okay, so in the video, we're going to try and do an experiment, kind of. So we're going to ask a few kids to draw a picture of our president. Does anybody know who our president is?
Who is it, guys?
Thank you, other customers.
Uh,
Alright, let's take a look at what the rest of our work
No, I
is.
turned off your
Thursday already. G is the open mic night here at
Go ahead, gang.
school.
Wait, so we're going to ask a few kids to draw a picture of Obama.
6 o'clock.
And how many of you think that your picture would look exactly like the photo?
Requisition forms are
No? Well, in the same way that the artistic rendering of Obama might not look exactly like the photo, a painting of George Washington back then might not look exactly what George Washington
It is
looked like.
Thursday, and even
So we're going to try and use that to explain how paintings don't always tell the exact truth. Okay. Then in our video, we want to have a side-by-side video. So it'd be like two videos going on next to each other. And one would be that was a video of someone like you guys that's happening in the present. And then there'd be someone next to that video, a parallel video of something that was happening in the past. And it would show the different primary sources that you guys look at in your daily lives. So like this is a letter from a Civil War soldier. And now you guys don't really write letters anymore, you write emails, right? So those are just different kinds of primary source documents that we want to look at by side-by-side video. If you want to see a close-up look of the letter, you can see the brown stitches are supposed to represent the blood that got on the letter when the Civil War soldier wrote the letter.
Great, thanks for that.
So this is not the exact letter, but it's a replica. And you can see that we can use this, when we read the words, we can use it to find out what happened to this man and what his life was like in the Civil War. Understand?
Alright, I have 2 good jokes to make your day a great day.
Alright, that was sales pitch 1.
About Walt in Mrs. Music's class. And he writes,
Now I'm going to ask
jump
the
into
gentleman from the other group to come up and
That is
speak
a
with
good
you.
one.
Who's it going to be?
Well, I'm in a rhyming mood today, so listen
Eric
carefully.
and Gavin are going to come up and speak with you
Because
now.
we want to make a big splash at the end of the school year bash.
Oh, that's a good rhyming answer. But that's not right. Megan tells us the teacher jumped in the pool because, well, he wanted to test the water.
Okay. Well, basically, our idea is similar to the Magic School Bus, in where a class or a teacher is going to take our
One more
class,
here from Funny Man Jonathan.
but instead of like going into something or like becoming really small, like that, we're going to go to the past.
A flying
This like Magic School Bus kind of thing.
I'm still in my rhyming mode.
Learn about primary documents and go to when people are making these primary documents. Basically, we're going to talk about. So we're going to make a video where a classroom, just like yourself, is to travel back into the past and see when someone is in the act of making a primary document. You see when someone is writing a letter, typing up a newspaper, and you can also see the differences, and you'll be able to see when if they're biased or not, if they're making it up, or if they're lying, or if they're telling the truth. So it's kind of with like going back in time, you'll be able to see everything, and it's like the whole class is given.
Still have a couple more Thursdays yet. We'll do some jokes. And I want to say how proud I am of the hard work that you're doing and those great choices that you are.
So,
Make today be another one.
why don't you tell us, well, first of all, do you have any questions for Sarah and Amanda or Eric and Jack?
Can you hear us now, Mr. Wimmer?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. Let me just see if we're understanding the correct. The girls that went first were thinking of having a side-by-side past and present primary documents.
Yeah, they would actually have video that would be from the perspective of someone in current time. So they might have an iPhone with tweets or email. And then they would have someone on the other side of the screen that might be looking at a journal or a diary in their hands.
Okay. So different examples of past and present. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. And then the second group was talking about having us as students kind of travel back in time with them and look at different primary documents. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you understand that, guys? Do you have any questions they want to know? Or any comments? What do you think about that?
Do you like either idea more than the other?
Sarah, do you want to come on up? Okay, this is Sarah. And do you have a question or a comment, Sarah? Okay, nice and loud.
I like the time traveling idea better than the video idea.
Can you
Why
tell
is
why?
that?
Because for the time traveling, you get to see what it was like, and for the side they just tell you.
Okay.
Okay. Alec? Okay, nice and loud, buddy.
I think the time traveling idea is really good because most kids will be interested with the time travel because it'll make it sound cool and it'll be interesting.
Okay. So you think it has the cool factor?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have anybody to rebut that or give an opposing view? You know how sometimes whenever we talk, you say, well, wait a minute, I want to kind of...
I object.
Yes, I object. Catherine, do you want to come on up? Okay, this is Catherine.
I think the one with the video by side, because you can see the difference from the past and from now.
Okay.
Okay.
So you like the idea of having the different types of examples?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you have time for a couple more?
I'm not sure. We thought the class was supposed to end at 9:20, and the bell just rang for some silly reason. Everyone is in the hall? There's no one in the hall, so I think we're going to keep going.
Okay. Brielle and Daniel have comments.
Okay. Yes, we can take a few more comments. That would be
Okay.
fantastic. The more feedback, the better.
Go ahead.
I'm with Catherine because I like the first one because they're both. It shows you different examples of stuff.
So you think,
Okay, from the past.
and Daniel, you had a comment?
I
Come on up, Dan.
like this too, going back to the past because maybe someone like me would like to see how the Revolutionary War was like.
Okay.
Like going back to history, or someone that really likes history, they could go back to history.
So you like the idea of time travel?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I have a question. Do you have any questions for the kid, the teenagers? Maybe if you want something clarified.
Or do you have a better idea?
Okay, Tony, come on up. Okay. This is Tony.
How are we gonna go into the future for the the past for the time traveling.
Ah.
Wait, I'm sorry, we couldn't hear you, Tony.
How are you going to go into the past for the time traveling one?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, gonna go into the past. If you've ever seen a Magic School Bus, they have a school bus that is magic. And ours is gonna be basically the same thing. It's gonna be like a bus or some kind of pod or something, and it's gonna be a time machine. You can go back in time with it, and it's gonna be awesome.
But how are you gonna make it look like?
It's going back in time.
Yeah.
We're gonna have swirling effects, and then it's gonna have people are gonna be dressed the way that they dressed back in the time period that we're going to, and the ambiance and the surroundings are gonna be similar to the time period. So
We might even make the video black and white, so it would
Yes.
look old time.
boom.
Does that clarify? Okay. 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 Do you, anybody that has not had a chance to respond yet? Nathan? And then Alec, we can get you if there's time. Did you have a question or a comment, Nathan?
A question.
Okay.
How are you going to make, if you have people dressed, how are you going to know what clothes they wear back in, time for the time traveling?
Well, we're gonna know how to do it by using primary documents. By using pictures and journals and descriptions of what they wore, we'll be able to know what they look like. Boom.
So I have a question for you, buddy. Will that be clarified in the video?
Yes.
And will your clothing be primary or secondary artifacts?
Secondary because they're not actually from the time period.
Okay.
So, reproduction.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
That might be something that if you do that, that's important to note because we kind of tend to think, oh, well, it looks old, so it must. Yeah. From an 8, 9-year-old perspective. Nate?
I have maybe both groups could work together, and it would be a perspective from somebody in like now, and somebody's perspective from back in time, and it could be a side-by-side video, and it could have the perspectives of somebody now and somebody in the past.
so you want to see both ideas together?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm seeing some nodding.
Okay.
Okay. Katie, do you want to comment? No? Okay, she was nodding her head pretty intently. So, okay, Alec, what?
Well, maybe you shouldn't do the time travel thing with the school bus, because those, well, what about Magic Trio's books? They're pretty cool.
Okay. Well, they're just saying that type of an idea.
But it would be more better if something different, because everybody knows the Magic Treehouse and the Magic School Bus.
Magic School Bus is overdone, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Mr.
That's good.
Daniel?
So you guys want something original?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
it'd be like a jet plane or something like that.
Yeah.
Like traveling like.
Okay.
Go
Okay.
magic.
Wait. Okay, so listen, we have an idea.
Okay.
Sarah, do you want to tell your idea?
So I'm just connecting on the jet plane idea. The jet plane could take off and then fly through a wormhole and go back in time. Or it could be the magic.
So their bell's
Okay.
gonna ring.
Well, we only have about 4 minutes, so for us to kind of talk about what you guys said, we're going to need to go.
Okay.
But Mrs. Musone, which one would you choose?
You know, I kind of liked, actually, personally, Nate's idea, because I thought if you could travel back in time and then travel forward in time, then we would still get examples of different types of primary sources. like I know that all the tweets have been collected through the National Archives or to date. So those are actually primary sources, but you wouldn't understand. Little kids might think that it's just old stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll work with what you said. You said you were going to save this video for my kids to look back and hear the feedback again?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you. Are you seniors, juniors?
We have all juniors, we're almost all juniors. We have one sophomore and one senior as well.
Okay. Well, how about it was nice talking to you teenagers. What do you say?